Hey everyone, how is your day? It's beautifully sunny over here today. Um, so you're probably wondering where I've been because I didn't post my Wellness Wednesday video last week. And there's a story to that, of course. There's always a story. Um, so basically, last week, so last Sunday, Monday was Easter weekend, and I was planning, doing like a little planning session for my episode. And I was very inspired by a couple of articles that I read, and quite a few things. And then what happened? And then this happened. Okay, so anybody, those of you, there's some of you right now, you're laughing because you know me so well. So what happened is I had a moment as I was reading the article, and um, I started thinking about kind of what I would do in this situation. And it was basically an article and just kind of talking you through, in this pandemic and, social distancing, and all the fear that's being thrown down our throats on social media and in the news, and it's just kind of going through sort of what you can do to ground yourself, and just kind of was talking a little bit about going kind of deep within, looking at your strengths, acknowledging your what you're good at, what people come to you for. And it was really strange because I think I had like a moment, like an existential crisis moment, as my friend would put it, where I was, I thought to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, I've been home a month, since social distancing happened. I've been, basically full-time mom, like start the day at 6 a.m., and like basically can't turn anything off until 9 p.m. at night, sort of thing, right? And with no time to myself at all, like by myself, where I can lose track of time, do a meditation or just do what I want to do some writing or journaling, any of those things. Like we all have our things that we do when we're alone, right? So anyway, I think I just had a moment of like, oh my God, what am I good at? Like, what are my strengths? Like, what's happening? Because I really like just been home doing menial tasks, and very fortunate to spend so much time with my son. Filling our days, teaching him things. There's no way I'm ever going to replace his teacher because that's a whole other episode, but just trying to do the basic things, like read a book, try to do some writing in some sense for him anyway. Like I'm trying to get him to do these things. But anybody who has, a 7-year-old boy at home knows that he just wants to watch YouTube and videos and play his video games. And, yeah, it's been kind of cold out. So going outside's, not lasting very long. So anyway, when I think about what I've been filling my time with, it's kind of came up a little short, to be honest. And then I went down this rabbit hole of, well, wait a minute. Well, what's happening? Like, Natasha, and I started like questioning myself, because if anybody's read Gretchen Rubin's The Four Tendencies, one of there's four tendencies, and I'm the questioner, and basically I question everything. So I started questioning everything in that moment about myself, about what I'm, what am I doing, like basically like questioning my life, my whole life here on this Sunday afternoon as I'm trying to be planning out, some great content for you guys to watch. Anyway, this went on all week. I was totally like sidetracked. Started getting out my Strengths Finder book, doing my research, talking to my friends, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing with my life? So anyway, all of that to say that I've been journaling a lot. Okay, so I've been writing a lot. I'm that type of person that, I have a thought or a feeling, I gotta work through that. Like I gotta write it down. I gotta explore it. So anyway, all that to say that, last week was a moment of reflection of my need for control, yearning, trying to find a solution for lack of boundaries and connection last week. So that was kind of where I was last week, feeling really lost, trying to find my way as everybody else is, and just trying to bring things back into balance. Like I need my space to myself, for quiet contemplation, to journal, to write, process things, and just to help me resist getting caught up in all the negativity around us, right? So anyway, learning so much. As I'm sure you guys are learning about yourselves, your families, um, you know, uh, the people that are, wide set in your families too, that don't live in your house. Like, I mean that as well, like your parents or your siblings, like you're doing video chats and you're doing phone chats, and that's pretty much it, right? And like some of the things that, um, maybe you haven't really dealt with before about these people in your life. Maybe sometimes like you're annoyed and you just kind of want to speak your mind, but that's not being kind, right? So it's just kind of exploring all of these thoughts and emotions. And, we're all going through it the past month, and we will continue to until, things get back to so-called whatever normal or new normal is going to be. And I just like being, not being connected with like community. So like having the need for, just feeling more grounded, and community and connection, like that is a piece that's really like rough, right now. And, I love the video chats, and, because that's the closest I'm going to get to, seeing the people that are important to me in my life, right? And, just that connection with somebody that understands you, as well, right? Our good friends, the ones that are always there for us, right? So it's one thing to have a chat, but everybody's so flippin' busy too. Like, a lot of us have suddenly become like, homeschooling, chore, making meals sort of crazy people, trying to fill our days and trying to fill the days of the kids that we, have in our lives, and, trying to make, the space that we have, the most, I don't know, I guess, make it work for us the best we can, right? Because we're in each other's space all the time. Anyway, so basically all that to say that I've been writing a lot. I've been, really enjoying my practice of journaling. It's been there without judgment. I love that about writing. You write your story, you release the pain, the anger, the fear, the grief, all those emotions that no longer serve you, and the result of having written, all of this is down is impactful. Like it's you gain insight on why you're feeling the way you do, why these sudden emotions are really kind of gripping you and triggering you all the time, or these certain things that are happening in the day. And a lot of it, it's you can decipher through that through just writing, just a simple act of writing. You're learning, you're finding like all these buried thoughts and feelings, and then they become treasures because you're like, okay, wow, that's why, that's it right there. So anyway, that's kind of what my week's been. And if anybody's interested in reading the Four Tendencies, I think it's out. I think it is out on Audible as well. So anyway, just putting that out there. And the other thing too, it really got me thinking about human nature a lot, and about people, and what we we live in a world where the majority of people, like, they don't write and they don't talk about their feelings and their emotions, and what's going on. They put all the focus on what goes on outside of them, and I have a hard time with that. Like I don't understand why. Like, I know it's scary. Like, I know it's scary to talk about how you're feeling, and things that you can't control, like what bothers you, the fear of the unknown. But like, we gotta, like, we're in this together. Like, we're all, everybody has fears and emotions and things that they can't control. And by working through them, like, you're just going to be kinder to yourself. And you have to love yourself, because if anybody's realizing, like, at the end of the day, there's nobody but yourself. And if you don't take care of yourself before anything, you're not gonna have anything left. Like, you're gonna be, you're gonna crumble. And if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen this time, in this pandemic, when we have no social connection with anybody, like a real social connection, where you can, like, hug your friends and have a coffee chat, have a laugh. If you're play sports, like, that connection, that, like, adrenaline you get when you're with a group of people and you're playing your favorite sport, or you're enjoying your favorite, the time with like your favorite people, where you guys have things in common. Like, those moments are what matters in life. But this quiet contemplation is super important, because if you're ever angry, or you feel any of those emotions, like fear and guilt, and you gotta work through that stuff. Like, a lot of it stems from us not resolving issues that we've had with people that are are in our lives. And a lot of it is, it's you, it's not them, it's you. So it's up to you to sift through it and figure it out, and talk to a friend. If you can't, if you're not somebody who writes, talk about it. Just find somebody you trust. I think that when everything seems to be going wrong, it's really important to take a minute and to remind yourself all the things that are right, all the things that are going right, and that you're grateful for in your day. And if you just, like, stop and think for 2 seconds, you can find at least 3 things that you're grateful for in your day, and that you can be thankful for, and show some love for those things, or those people, or whatever it is that you choose to write down. And those are the things that you need to make sure happen every day, because that is what's going to move you forward and push you out of that fear, and have more love and gratitude in your day. And that's what we need right now. Like, we don't need the fear, we don't need the negativity. We need love for ourselves. We need to be kind and patient, and kind and patient with our family members. Like, living in close quarters like that, it puts anybody to the test. Like, seriously, we're not meant to be with somebody all the time. We're meant to be alone as well. Like, in that is what human nature is. We're not meant to always be around people. So I want to talk to you a little bit about a podcast. It's by Nicole White, and it's called Holding Space. It really spoke to me. Holding space is about creating an emotional container, like a safe space. And I'm just referring to my notes right now, so just bear with me. So it's about creating an emotional container, a safe space for vulnerability, a space for someone to express, to process, and to feel. Okay, so writing for me is 100% that holding space. It's that safe place. Not everybody is comfortable talking about their emotions and how they're feeling. And you have to respect that. And you know what? Maybe you're not either. So journaling or writing, might be that outlet for you to help process through and find solutions to what's, plaguing you in your life. Because, like I said, there's not a whole lot of time. Well, some people maybe are alone all the time right now because they're just living alone, and that's the opposite end of the spectrum. So that's why, writing is going to really support you as well. It's going to help you heal. It's going to help you balance out emotional, mental, and your physical well-being. It's going to help you carve out a life full of love, purpose, and passion. So I really, I feel strongly about this. I believe in journaling and writing and talking about how you're feeling. Mental health is really important, guys. Like, that is all we have. We just have our mental health, physical, and, our emotional well-being. Like, we have to nurture those aspects of ourselves. And you need to find a way to do that. It's really, really important. And that's my message today: is carve out some time for yourself, figure out what is going to bring you joy, and gratitude. Find your gratitude. Be grateful for 3 things, and just try to love yourself a little more, and try to find the good in others, and be kind. Everybody's processing things differently. Some people are kind of breaking, just breaking down right now, really finding this thing hard, being away from friends and family. Other people are just kind of adapting and going through the motions. But you know what? They're gonna feel the effects at some point, and everybody else is just, I guess, just making the best of it. But you know what? This is going to plague us for years to come. Like, this is going to affect us emotionally. It's going to affect us mentally. And, I think the quicker everybody gets into the practice of talking about how they're feeling is really going to benefit you in the long run. So I apologize. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you Wednesday. But I hope this makes up for it. And I think that, like, everybody is going through their own thing. You know what I mean? And I think we have to be respectful of that. So I wish you guys a beautiful sunny day. It's gorgeous over here on Sunday. I think it's, 8 or 9 degrees. And I want to encourage you to like the video, comment on it, subscribe to my channel. I will have a lot more little talks like this. I really enjoy doing the lives, but I know a lot of people can't always be there for them. So this might be the next best thing, and I will continue to do Wellness Wednesday. But I need some topics from you guys. So if you can send me some topics in the comments below, or just message me on Facebook, that would be awesome. I love you guys. Peace, and make the best of this time. If you haven't explored writing, now's the time. Just a pen and a piece of paper. It's awesome. Send me some comments. Bye, guys. Till the next time.